Well. It is time for a story told by yours truly, JT of the OK3. Hey, how you doing? How's everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday afternoon? Yeah, it's Thursday. I lose track of the days whenever I like off work and shit. You'd think I'd be used to it by now. But anyway, yes, this is gonna be a little different from what me, Xavier, and David what we normally do. Like normally we play a game, shoot the shit, talk about the game, shit like that. But this one, kind of similar to the Kingdom Hearts retrospective we did last year, is just me talking about the channel's origins. Since, for people who don't know, the channel turned 3 years old 2 days ago. So I figure what better way to celebrate the OK3's third anniversary than to tell the story about how it all began. But before I do that, first let me bring up my face. This is also another thing that's different, so hi. Yeah, I know you're not used to just seeing pure face. Like, normally there's a game and the title and shit like that, but like, it's just me. It's just my face. This is a retrospective slash fucking podcast, and just have me in the background or look at me if you want. I mean, like, you can look at this face if you want, I guess. Or, just have me on during work, shit like that. I'm just gonna be talking, telling a story. I don't know how long this is gonna go. Like, to be fair, the story from everybody else's perspective isn't like that long, but from my perspective, I'm like, jeez, it's not long, but it's gonna go on a bit. Like, if I had to guess, maybe an hour and a half, because I got some details. Like, there's no script or anything. I'm going based purely off memory. But before I go, I'm going to send the tweet and tell everybody on Discord. So hang on one second. And booyah. There we go. Let me see people in chat. Blazing, Android 21, Fallen Knight. Yay! What's up? How's it going? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, one other disclaimer. Because I'm talking and looking at the camera for the most part, it's like, I'll try to see your guys' comments, but like, if I miss anything, I miss it. So like, if I don't acknowledge you or some shit like that, because I know there are some people out there that watch this, and I get some of those people that like get so butthurt because I don't notice them. If I don't notice you, it's not that I don't see your comment. I see it, but I'm trying to tell a story. But let me get one more thing up before I actually start. Hang on. I want to make sure the chat part is actually like on screen for me. In case as I won't ignore every comment. Like, I'll bring up a couple here and there, but I won't catch everything. I'm only okay. So, yeah, the channel, it is turned 3 years old 2 days ago, and holy shit, it does not feel like 2 years. I mean, we have been through a lot this entire time we've been doing this whole YouTube shtick, and it's been a fucking ride and a half. Like we're still gonna be around for a long ass time. At least that's what I like to think. But we're nowhere near done, and a lot of people don't know the full story about how the channel came to be and everything. Like, okay, like some people know the Denny's bit. Like, I'll get to that when I get to it. That's kind of part of the story, but there's more to it from my perspective anyway. But people purely know the Denny's bit. But there's more to it than that. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. But before I do, let me read this one comment. But once I start talking and telling the story, if I don't read a comment, I don't read a comment. So let me just read this real quick. All right, Bardoc's here, story time, and I'm good. Got done playing Mario with other brother, and he was fucking up. It was hilarious. I'm sure it was. All right, but okay. Remember, I don't have a script. I'm going based purely off memory. So, for people who don't know, new subscribers, shit like that. The channel originally started February 25th, 2017. That's when the channel was made. And we didn't post our first video until 2 days later, on the 27th of February. That was the very first thing we ever posted, was part 1 of, Super Mario Maker. And just to clear up some, confusion or anything like that, I know if you go to the Mario Maker playthrough right now and it says the upload was in March, there's a reason for that. The original upload was February 27th, but Christina mentioned, back then anyway, that the game audio was too low. So she suggested that I boost up the audio. So I deleted the old original part, 1 through 5, of the Super Mario Maker playthrough. No, the whole playthrough, part 1 to finale. I I got rid of the old videos, went into my video editor, bumped the game audio, and then re-uploaded them. That's why those dates are now in March. But the original upload was February 27th. Like, just for some clarification in case people wanted to know a bit of that backstory. But here we go, folks. Story time with JT. So, like I said, we started the channel on February 25th, 2017. But truth be told, the conversation of making a channel with the guys and Christina dates back to, I want to say a year and a half prior to that. So around mid 2015, I want to say. So just to let you guys know, me, Xavier, and David have been doing the whole get together Friday thing for God knows how long. Oh, hi, Golden Bulls. Yeah, story time. So me, Xavier, and David have been like, they've been coming over my house and we've been playing video games, like to show off, you know, each other's games in case we haven't seen them, in case we just want to shoot the shit, play video games for each other, shit like that. We've been doing that for a long time, but it wasn't until mid 2015, I want to say midsummer, I want to say end of spring. It was almost 5 years ago. So, like, you know, if I'm forgetting some details, I'm forgetting some details. But hang on one sec. I ate before this, so I am filled with burps. But we were just shooting the shit, playing games like we normally do in my room, you know, playing for each other. David was playing Super Paper Mario. It took him forever to beat that game. That's a whole nother story. And one day, if I remember correctly, it was like midnight, close to 1 a.m. here. It was me, Xavier, David, and Christina. And we were chilling here in my room. I can't remember exactly what brought up this conversation, but we were talking about we were talking about just like going out to eat, because, like, you know, we always got takeout on Fridays. We still do to this day for the most part. But we were talking about restaurants we rarely go to, or restaurants that we've been to like at least very little, but we should go again. At that point in time, I've never been to a Denny's. And then the guys brought it up. I don't think they've been to one either at that point, or if they have, it's been like once in a rare time. But just out of like pure silliness, we were talking about, oh, you know, Denny's is a diner. Diners are open like all the goddamn time. Like, it's 24/7. So we were like, you know what we should do one day? We should go out to a fucking Denny's one Friday at at the crack of ass, like at 1 or 2 a.m. And like, we were joking about it, but it slowly turned from a joke to like an actual event. So like, we made up that joke, and I want to say like 2-3 months later, we actually ended up doing it. Like, we all got in David's car, because this is before Christina had her license or her car. I can't remember if Xavier had his license or his car at that point. I think he did, but it was a while ago, so I don't remember. I don't think he did, but he might correct me. I don't know. But we all got in David's car. We went out to our local Denny's at like 1 or 2 in the morning. Like, no joke, we really did that. And we all just hopped in the Denny's and just got some, you know, some eats. I never been to a Denny's. If you want my personal opinion, just to sidetrack real quick, Denny's is pretty good. I enjoy it. Like, oh, their fucking caramel banana pancakes. Oh, mwah, fucking love those. Delicious. But during us staying there, I'll tell you this right now, it's just so it's not any confusion later. Whenever me and the guys or our other friends, we're the squad. Whenever the squad goes out and we fucking shoot the shit at a restaurant or any other place, we laugh our asses off because it's just that funny, to the point where the surrounding people around us think we're high. Like, they legitimately think we're high every single time, just because we're laughing so goddamn much. Like, dude, we're not high, we're just that goddamn silly. So the reason I'm bringing that up now is because the same thing happened when we went to Denny's. Like, we were laughing our asses off, having a good time. Table like 2 tables behind us was just looking at us, and they were laughing too. I guess they overheard some of the shit we were saying, but like, they were laughing too, and they were wondering, like, are those guys high? Like, they're laughing their asses off. Like, no, we're just really having a good time. And at some point during the during eating at Denny's, David brings up the fact that, hey, you know, we always play games for each other. We've been doing this for a while, you know, shooting the shit, making each other laugh, all that stuff. And then he was like, oh, what if we did that for like YouTube. Like we could totally make a YouTube channel because like, you know, why not? You know, just doing it for funsies. It's literally what we do all the time just for, you know, more of an audience. And, like, I know people like to crack the joke that David doesn't show up a lot. And while that's still kind of true, like, you have to understand, David's a busy guy. He doesn't show up because he doesn't want to. Like, sometimes he does, but, like, he works hard. He's got his own personal life, you know. So he's a busy man. So, like, you know, that's why he rarely ever shows up. Like, me and Xavier got our own lives, but we're not like David busy. That nigga's a goddamn steam train. like I give him my respect because he is a very busy man and he's got his own life. When he does show up, I appreciate when he does because, like, you know, David lives 40 minutes away from where I am. So he makes that drive for the most part every Friday. I can't fault the guy if he wants to stay home one day because he'll drive here for 40 minutes. We'll hang out, do our thing, and then he'll drive back home if he's not staying at Xavier's after like doing all that shit. So, you know, I don't blame the guy whatsoever. So it was actually his idea for the channel. And he was like, oh, let's make a fucking YouTube channel. But like, you know, we can post our game content, shit, what we always do, just, you know, for everybody else to see. And me and Xavier was like, dope, yeah, I'm down with that idea, sure, why the fuck not? Christina was down for it too, you know, she could pop in, do some editing for us one here and there, and, you know, it'd be fun and all that. Now, oh, what up, Freddie? Now, some people don't know where we got the username, the OK3 from, and I will tell you right now. So, around 2015, like when we did this, that Fantastic Four movie came out, like the one that apparently sucks. I still haven't seen it to this day, but it's like the 2015 Fantastic Four movie that didn't do so hot. At Denny's, they were doing a special menu based off the movie. So like you could order special fucking food orders based off the Fantastic Four movie. Like I forget what the fuck the name of the meals were for. Like they were just corny, like fucking, you know, the Thing pancakes or like shit like that. I don't fucking know. It was just stupid shit like that. It was buns. Okay. Yeah, that Fantastic Four movie blazing. So, I forgot who cracked the joke. I think it was also David or Xavier, but I think it was David. He cracked the joke when we were trying to think of a name. So we looked at our menu and we were like, oh yeah, that Fantastic Four movie, I hear it fucking sucks and shit like that. And he got the idea. I was like, what if we call our name a ghetto version of Fantastic Four? And it was like, what's a ghetto version of Fantastic Four? And then I forgot who came up with the name. I again, this was like 5 years ago, so I can't remember who came up with the name. And there was like, oh, the OK3, because the mindset was we were so ghetto and okay that we couldn't afford a fourth member. Like, okay, so the other joke is we got the name the OK3 from the Fantastic Four movie because we wanted to be a ghetto version of them. We technically have a fourth, and that's Christina, but she nicknamed herself Krusty Jane. I guess that's like a play off of the Thing and oh fuck, I don't know Fantastic Four that well. The one who can turn invisible. It's been forever. And we were just like, I guess that works. So it was like, oh, the OK3 and Krusty Jane, like she's the fourth, but she's like in the cut. Like she does her own thing, but she'll come from time to time. And that is literally where that name comes from. Just because if that Invisible Woman thing, I should have known, but like thanks 21. But that's where our channel name comes from because of that Fantastic Four movie. If that movie hadn't been out around the time we decided to make this channel, we probably wouldn't have been called the OK3. If anything, we probably would have been called, I don't fucking know. I can't even think of a name we might have been called. I don't even think we would have thought of one as soon as we did. But yeah, that's where our name originates from, the Fantastic Four movie. And we were like, dope, it's settled then. If we ever get the equipment, if we ever like, you know, get headsets and shit like that, then that's what we'll do. Like it was all set in stone. We was all like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know, let's make a fucking YouTube channel. So in between the time of that diner and when the channel actually started up, we did a lot of prepping. And by we, I mean me. Like, not to put Xavier and David down. They did help me when they could. But in terms of looking up the research for how to make a channel, what to do, the equipment I needed, that I did that research. Holy shit. That was a ride and a half. Uh, oh hey crossover. Yeah, there's three of you. Like I said, Christina's the in the cut fourth. Like she dips here and there. She in the background. You hear her, but you know that's why we so ghetto. We don't have an official fourth. She just has her own thing. But all right. So let me tell you. This is where. Okay, so the Denny's bit is pretty much where the story ends for like Xavier and David. Like if they were shooting this, I'm pretty sure this is where it would end. But from my perspective, whew, that gap in between the diner and when we started the channel, let me tell y'all right now. So the very first thing I did was, research. Because, I ain't never had a fucking YouTube channel before. I had an old crappy ass eMac computer back in the day. Like it was slow as shit. There was no fucking way we were going to do video game footage based off that. Like, I didn't want to do video game footage on that old eMac. I have preferences. But I looked into how to make the channel. It didn't seem that hard. I was like, oh, okay, you make an account. Easy enough, like anybody else would do. I Googled what kind of equipment you need. I was already aware of Elgato at that point. Like, it's how, like, the most well-known equipment you can use when you're, like, streaming or recording or shit like that. Oh, hey, Ashton. Doing good. Thanks for asking, dog. I hope you're doing good, too. I hope everybody's doing good and enjoying story time with JT. And, so, yeah, let me get into detail about that. So, after I looked it up, and after I looked up how to get the equipment, getting the funds was a different story, because this is 2015. Little backstory for me, it connects to the actual story. I used to work at Department of Revenue Services for tax season. Like, they would need people, they would need help in the mail room. They needed all hands on deck. So at this point in time, I was working there, but only for like a month. So I didn't get much, but like, at least I had some sort of money. So after I got some money, I invested in my own headset. Xavier and David already had their own headset. And they came over one day and I was like, oh guys, look, I got my fucking headset. Like, I don't have the headset right now. Like, I have it, but it's downstairs in the basement. I'm not going downstairs. I'm staying right here. So I got a headset. I think it was called a Sadie's headset. You can look it up if you want. It was a Sadie's headset, like SADES. And JTV stealing people's taxes. No, I don't. So I got my headset. They brought theirs over, showed them I got my headset. And we're like, oh, dope. And it was actually Christina's idea that I use Audacity because originally I had no fucking idea how we were going to record our voices. Like, I got an idea from another YouTuber I watch that was like, oh, you all need your own separate fucking laptops, your old separate mics. And you go into Audacity, you record your voices, and then you like fuse the voices together post. So that's how we originally did it. Oh my God. That was a bad idea. not using separate laptops for the headsets and shit. That's a good idea because like a lot of people do that on YouTube. I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I didn't do enough research on how exactly that works. So for people who want to do what we do, just as a heads up, you gotta make sure that, like, unless you're talking over Discord or Skype, or like, I don't know who the fuck uses Skype anymore, but unless you're talking over Discord, I would highly recommend you all get the same mic if you're going to be in the same room recording. Different headsets work at different frequencies. You can't change that. So, well, you can't change most of it for the most part. You can change some things, but like the interior design of the headset and how it works, you can't change that. I didn't know that back then. So, when we all used our laptops and we plugged in our headsets, we started recording, like, we counted down, we do 3, 2, 1, go, press record on Audacity, because I didn't get the idea to use Audacity. That was Christina's idea. I love you, baby. And we pressed it, we record our voices. Because headsets work at different frequencies and volumes sometimes, this causes an echo when you fuse them together, because your voice is going in through your headset, but it's also like banking off somebody else's headset if you guys are too close to each other. There's a good amount of room in my room from what you can see, but we're still all relatively close to each other. Because some of our voices would be banking off other people's headsets, this caused an echo. Holy shit, the infamous echo. Okay, so this is where my point of view comes in. So, just so you know, after that first attempt, we finished recording, bam, all right, let me get y'all audio files, put it on a USB stick, put it on my laptop, and I'll fuse together in Audacity. You're like, when we all say 3, 2, 1, go. The voice is synced up, and you just hear like an echo, like, hi, how you doing, how's it going, like shit like that. It was fucking crazy. I hated it. I hated that echo, and this is going to go into more detail later, but that goddamn echo drove me nuts I'll tell you right now, I didn't solve that echo problem until months later. Like months later. I did so much research. I hated that echo. And so again, if you plan on doing this, if you're in the same room with someone, if you're not talking over Discord and shit like that, if you are in the same room with somebody, use the same headset. Make sure you have the same exact model. And also lower down the volume in settings. If you have like Windows 10, like the actual like recording volume through the mic in the settings, make sure you lower that down. That's also another reason why voices will bank off each other on other headsets. Because like if your headset's too loud, you're coming in like loud enough as it is, but that also leaves room for people to bank off you and their voices coming through your headset, which causes the echo and the delay. So like lower the volume, but and more importantly, get the same exact model headset. I can't stress that enough if you want to do what we do. Yo, crossover, no joke. It was the bane of my existence. I hated that fucking echo. So, yeah, the baseball scene from the Sonic movie, pretty much. So, that echo persisted for months. And when it first happened originally, after I heard it, I was like, oh, there's this annoying ass fucking echo. At the time, I kind of knew what the problem was, but I didn't like piece it together fully, but I kind of guessed what was happening. And oh god, just thinking about it, like it's not a problem nowadays. I long fixed it. It hasn't happened since, really. But holy shit. So they left. I spent that whole night into my weekend trying to figure out how to get rid of this goddamn echo. At the time, I didn't know it was a headset thing. I didn't figure out it was a headset thing until 2 months later. No, not 2 months. Like 3 weeks to a month later, I didn't find out it was a headset thing. And after that, the month goes by. I'm still figuring out. I'm losing what fucking hair I have trying to figure it out. I only got the idea to use the same headset, not even from a YouTube video, but because out of curiosity. Because for people who don't know, who've seen it on the streams, like I still use it from this day. I use Turtle Beaches. I call them Turtle Bitches. That's just how I call them. The Turtle Beach headsets. Xavier has had one long before me and David had one. David had his own Turtle Beach headset, but he didn't have the same model of the headset that Xavier had. But I liked Xavier's overall. It had good sound quality. It sounded clear and crisp. I liked it. My Sadies were okay. Like, channel. My Sadies were okay, but I know they could have been better. I only got what I could because, budget. I only worked at DRS for a month. There's only so much I could do. So I was like, Xavier, your headsets are actually really fucking good. They're nice and clear. And, ooh, I like this. So I thought, okay, new plan. I'm going to get the very same model you have because I like your headsets overall. Christina brings up the fact that we should get 2 of them because she does want to chime in now and then on the channel. Like, you guys seen her. You know who Christina is at this point. She does chime in here and there, and she's a beautiful person for it. But she was like, oh, okay, get me a headset too. I'll give you the money so we can each get the same as Xavier. I'm like, all right, bet. So we go on the actual Turtle Beach website, and we get them. At the time, they were like $20. I know when they first came out, they were expensive as dick, but at the time they were only like $20. I was like, oh, this is a fucking steal. I only got to pay $40 for this shit. Fuck yeah. So ordered it. They came in like 3-4 days later, if I had to remember. And after that, I was like, bet, we got our own headsets now, exactly like Xavier's. Let's do this shit. I didn't think this would solve the echo problem. I just wanted better headsets. I was going to worry about the echo later. I spent a month and some change until I actually figured out that part. So I plugged them in. I'm like, okay, we sound pretty dope. And then, Christina plugs hers is into her laptop. And we start talking. I fuse the audio together. And then I realized the echo was still kind of there, but it's like night and fucking day. Well, okay, night and fucking day about how loud that echo was. Like, I could still hear me in her headset, and she could still hear, she could still hear herself in her headset. First of all, let me get a fan. It's kind of warm in here. I can't tell a story if I'm a hot, sweaty mess. And, I was like, oh, the echo is like non-existent now. Like, it's still there, but it's kind of non-existent now. This is dope. So I did some research on that. I'm like, I'm curious. And like, it wasn't until after I bought the damn headsets that I decided to type this in. Does using the same headset negate echo? Pretty much everybody said yes. Because like, again, if you have the same model headset and you're in the same room, you know, you pretty much have no problems with echoes. Never use, again, I'll say it one more time for people who want to do what we do in case they don't. Use the same headset when you are in the same room recording together. Don't use different headsets. It'll cause latency up the ass. Don't do it. So after I typed that in, I was like, okay, so we all have the same headset now, except for David. He does have turtle bitches, but he doesn't have the same model we do. So Christina brings up the fact, oh, well, I won't be on the channel as much as you guys since it's your channel. Just use mine for when David comes over. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. Thanks, Christina. So we have our 3 headsets exactly like Xavier's. So they came over one day. We tried it again. And, you know, it worked for the most part. But I wanted to get rid of the echo like 100%. Because, like, even though it was a lot better, I wanted to get rid of it 100%. So I did research. And research. And research. This is where the months of figuring out how to get rid of that bit of echo comes from, because a lot of people weren't giving me straight answers. It's like, I don't know if I typed it in Google wrong or people just suck at answering me, but I tried to find the answer, how to negate the echo completely. I got the headset part right, but people still weren't, like, telling me anything. And like, yeah, I lowered the volume of the mic. That helped a bit, but the echo was still there because we're loud motherfuckers. Especially me. I'm the loudest motherfucker there is. How many months did it take until I fully got rid of the echo? 2.5, 3 months. I'm not even kidding. To this day, it gives me nightmares, but it can't hurt me anymore. But I looked into it for that long, and then one day, I think I looked this up willingly. I knew of soundboards, and I knew soundboards were expensive. I wasn't getting a soundboard at that point. So I decided, okay, I can't get a soundboard, but is there a way I can, like, get a virtual soundboard? Like, you know, all I gotta do is just plug in the headsets into one computer, and the virtual soundboard will, like, combine all the voices at once for me, so I don't have to pay, like, up the ass to get an actual soundboard, because, like, soundboards are expensive, folks. Like, they're no joke. Like, you can get a relatively cheap one, but depending on how many people are in your group when you want to do this, if you're in person, like, I want to say if you plug in, like, 3 mics and above, depending on the model, soundboards can cost a lot. Holy shit. I'll get into that near the end of the story. But, I looked it up. I found a few virtual soundboards, but none of them was, like, up to snuff. I downloaded trial versions of them. I tested it out, finagled with them. But there was one particular one that I actually still use to this day. This is how we still record videos to this day when we do playthroughs. I found one that was called Virtual Audio Cable. Like, you could type that into Google and you probably get anything. But this is what this particular software is called. It's called Virtual Audio Cable. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. So this pretty much is a simplified version of everything else I've been trying, because the other ones were a little too complex. I'm pretty sure they were easy enough if I took the time to learn them. But fuck that. So I downloaded this one and there was a trial version of it. And I was like, oh, okay. So let me test this out. Virtual Audio Cable, the program we use, doesn't have a tutorial or a note that tells you how to use it, if I remember correctly. I looked on YouTube for that. But when I'll tell you this right now, when you download the trial of Virtual Audio Cable, like the one we use, you get this annoying woman voice that pops up every 10-15 seconds you're using the virtual audio cable, and she'll just go trial, 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 like every 15-20 seconds. Because, you know, in case it wasn't drilled into your head already that, you know, it's a fucking trial. It's like, don't you even think about using this for free for a YouTube channel. We will tell this bitch that it is a trial and you will get nothing done. Oh, hey, Christina. Oh, babe. Okay, so you do remember that. Hi, princess. Hey, guys. Christina's in the chat. It's Squack. Say hellos. Hi, baby. How you doing? I'm telling the story of my misery. But, it worked well for the most part. When did you learn to fly? I see what you did there, Blazing. But, aside from the woman saying trial all the goddamn time, I did find out that the virtual audio cable I was using worked perfectly. I wouldn't need separate laptops anymore to record our voices. All I would have to do is just plug in the headsets into one laptop, turn on the virtual audio cable, and we would talk, and it would fuse the voices together. I was like, okay, this is dope. Because I'm guessing, okay, I know nowadays, back then I didn't know, that using separate laptops does still work. But the more effective way of doing it would be to use, like, a soundboard. Shit like that. But, you know, I didn't know that at the time. I know that now. But, you know, I wish I knew that back then. It would have saved me a lot of grief. But, let me see. Okay, you guys are just saying hi to each other. Isn't that nice? But, we plugged it in. We had this, apparently, yeah, it was the OK3 and this one bitch that kept saying trial. And we were like, oh, dope. Okay, the echo it's fucking gone. And I was like, yes, this took so long. Fucking, oh. All right, so I forgot to mention this at the start of the video. I will have to dip at least once or twice because I ordered something online and I want to go get it. So I got a notification from my Alexa. It is outside right now. So I am going to get my package right now. It should be at my front door, so I'll be back in a few seconds, but I ain't risking anybody stealing my shit. So I will be right back, and when I do, I shall continue the story. So be right back, folks. All right, I'm back. New laptop came in the mail, so I'm definitely going to enjoy that when this is over. But hang on one second. Just want to get something to drink real quick. Ooh, excuse me. Ah, delicious. Oh, I'm being raided. Dope. The old classic Bardock raid. But to get back to the story, after I yawn, holy shit. Excuse me. Yeah, Christina, it's the new baby. I'll have it set up and everything by the time you get home, honey. But to continue with the story, virtual audio cable successful. Annoying ass echo gone. Thank God. So after that, I was like, okay, this works perfectly. I'm gonna buy the full version. I couldn't tell you how much virtual audio cable is nowadays. Back then, I want to say it was $35. I think, again, it's virtual. It's not physical, so it's a lot cheaper. In fact, I'll tell you this right now. If you want the best quality for, like, voices, then yeah, shell out money for an actual, like, soundboard. But if you want, like, cheap, quick, effective shit and you got a good computer to run it, get virtual audio cable. Like, you know, it's good. It's real good shit. Still use it to this day. Still recommend it. I'm glad I Google searched this shit. So that pretty much wraps the story on the voices anyway. You know, that got rid of the echo and everything. And holy shit, oh, just retelling this story, goddamn, was it annoying, that echo. Like, Christina will tell you, that echo drove me up a goddamn wall. But I'm glad it's gone now. It happens at very widespread intervals once in a while, but that's because, like, sometimes the mics won't be fully plugged in, or I forgot to restart the computer real quick. It still happens, but not nearly enough time as it used to. Some World War II flashbacks. I can see it. The echoes. But that solved that problem. I want to say that was the biggest hurdle. The next one was a video editing software. So at this point, it was like a few months later, close to a year. We're in 2016 now. And I think, okay, I finally got the fucking echo to go away. Now I need to learn how to edit videos because, you know, no one knows how to edit off rip. You gotta learn. So, did JT achieve Super Saiyan against the echo? I did. And I beat it. Super Saiyan powers. The echo saga. But, next was a video editing software. And I didn't know what a beginner like me at the time should have gotten for a video editing software. Like, I knew of Sony Vegas. Fuck that. Sony Vegas, you pay like over $200 for that shit. And we're only okay. Had that model for a while, stay true in it forever. Fuck that. I'm not using Sony Vegas. It costs an arm and a leg. I was just a beginner at the time. I didn't need anything too expensive. Oh, okay. Bye, princess. Love you, baby. Thanks for coming by. You've ascended. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Freddy. What's Sony Vegas? It's an editing software. For, you know, editing videos and shit like that. It's the most well-known one in, like, you know, to editors. And it also comes an arm and a leg and maybe some other attachment. Maybe your dick. But, I wasn't paying for that. To this day, I still don't want to do it. Video editing software, you have my attention. Crossover. Yeah, so a lady of taste, I see. But, I decided, okay, what am I going to use for a video editing software? Like, what's good for a beginner? So this part of the story, I shit you not, I've been using this video editing software since we started. How I found it is a different story, because I shit you not, all I did was type in video editing software, and literally I just clicked on the very first link I saw. That is why I use the software I use now. Excuse me. Like, no joke. I use VideoPad for people who want to know. VideoPad, much like our channel, is only okay. And I couldn't have asked for a better video editing software. So I was like, oh, okay. There's a video editing software called VideoPad. Let me download the trial version and see like where it goes from there. Thankfully, VideoPad, unlike the virtual audio cable, doesn't constantly remind me it's a goddamn trial. I mean, like, there's a pop-up window here and there, but I don't actually hear the goddamn person saying, oh, like, trial. Like, fuck that. So I downloaded VideoPad, opened it up, and I was like, oh, okay. Here's the problem. VideoPad, at the time anyway, still kind of this day, but not as severely, doesn't tell you exactly how to use the software. That's where the okay part comes from. So you open up VideoPad, you think, oh, okay, let me click the question mark on the top right, and, you know, drop down, it'll tell me what to do. It gives you a very vague explanation on how to use certain features. Like, it'll tell you, but, like, not very well. So, like, if you want to cut certain parts of your project or paste it somewhere else, VideoPad will pretty much tell you, oh, look, you can cut and paste shit into different scenes. Oh, really? You want to tell me how to do it? Like, it doesn't tell me shit. Like, I'm self-taught in terms of editing. Like, literally, I'm 95% self-taught in terms of editing and using VideoPad. The other 5% was actually VideoPad. No, that's a lie. I'm 90% self-taught, 5% VideoPad, and the other 5% YouTube. Because I had to YouTube this shit. Because, like, VideoPad also has a YouTube channel that's just as vague as its actual program. Ugh. And this wasn't nearly as much as a problem as the fucking, the Echo was. Like, I solved this a lot faster. This only took, like, a week. But VideoPad doesn't tell me anything. Like, I wanted to learn at least the basics. You know, cut, paste, start a new scene. Like, I'll actually show you guys a picture of it, actually. You know, because why the fuck not? I will open up VideoPad and show you guys, like, you guys may have seen it a bit off Twitter, that I posted pictures of it when I'm, like, editing Kineticon videos and showing you how the progress is going. But I will show you what it looks like, okay? I will show you what it looks like as soon as I get this goddamn window up. So, hang on. Wait. Hang on. Wait. Oh, my face. Where'd I go? Okay, there I am. Okay, here it is. Okay, so, let me put that. Now, you know, I'll put it up on the full screen. You guys don't need to see my goddamn face. Alright, so this is VideoPad, alright? This is what I use to edit. It pretty much looks the same as it always has, for the most part. And, you know, I really should have my fucking arrow showing, now that I think about it. Wait, capture cursor. It is on there. Okay, never mind. So, you know, you open up your files here. Here's the menu and shit like that. And, you know, you add files, add text, shit like that. VideoPad didn't tell me how to do any of that. Because you see this little question mark right here? You know, you click on it, and, like, it shows you a bunch of shit that tells you how to use VideoPad. No, it doesn't. And let me get rid of that window. I don't even want to look at VideoPad right now after telling this story. So, I am self-taught. I had some help from Xavier because Xavier knows how to edit. He knew how to edit before I did because he learned it in school. So, you know, I got some help from him. But even he was still confused for, like, some things. Like, he knew the basics, but, like, the other shit had to make up on the fly. Crossover's just screaming. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Yeah, this is my story of how I edit. So, I was like, okay, let me edit something. So I took I'll tell you guys my very first edit ever. I will tell you my very first edit. I went onto YouTube, looked up a DLC level of Batman Arkham Knight. I think it was the Mr. Freeze DLC. I took that, I .mp4'd that YouTube video. I put it in VideoPad. And the person, whoever, like, was playing Arkham Knight in the video, they did one mission and had to go to a new location. I thought for a simple cut, I would take out that bit in between what they just did in the new part they were going to do, take out that middle part where they're traveling to it, and then add my own transition. Like, a lot of you have seen it already. Like, in the playthroughs, like the Batman transition I'll do from time to time, I used that. And I won't lie, when I did that, I was actually really proud of myself because I've never edited before that. So it's like, you know, baby's first edit. I'm like, oh, look at me, I'm a movie star. I'm a movie maker. All I did was just copy and paste the Batman transition. Like, I remember the scene exactly. Batman's interrogating a nigga, snuffs him, and then Batman transition. And then he's in his car to the next location. And I was like, oh, look at me, I'm editing. And I was like, I was really proud of that. Hey, Pat, what's good? And I was like really proud of that shit. I showed mom and dad, they cracked up because they weren't expecting the Batman transition. So they were laughing. And I was like, yay, look at me editing. Ah. So I was like, okay, I know the gist of it now. I know, like, you know, to copy, paste, cut, you know, put transition ins. I'll just YouTube a fucking load of like transitions and shit like that, which I still do to this day. Some of y'all have seen them. I use up my fair share of transitions during the playthroughs and everything. Hey, what up, Demon Lord? How's it going? And so I was like, okay, I know how to edit for the most part. Any future trick I want to learn here and there, I'll use then and there. Because in terms of like makeshift transitions that VideoPad didn't already give me, I learned how to do that my own by like a lot of hours and creativity on how to do it. Like, for old school viewers or new school people, if they happen to click on it, the Kingdom Hearts saga that Xavier's like on hold at the moment because he's taking a break. There have been a few parts where he'll do a transition where like he'll go from Aqua to Sora or Sora to Aqua, or the entirety of Birth by Sleep where he goes from Ven, Aqua, and Terra, where the face zooms out of like the current character, flips, and comes in the new character who's about to use, like Transformer style. Like that's from Transformers. I made that edit prior to Xavier using, like, he didn't make that edit. Let me tell you that right now. The whole head flipping Transformer style shit, I made that edit. He just copy and pasted it onto his Kingdom Hearts playthrough when he was editing. And it took me a while to figure that out because VideoPad is also very glitchy at some points. It won't crash on me a lot. Like, it's very minuscule. It won't really crash on me, but coming up with that flip head thing, with, like, you should have seen my face. Like, fuck the Batman transition. When I learned how to do the fucking Transformers thing after, like, trying for so long, I looked at it, I saw how smooth it was, and I was like, ah! And then I was like, I'm a fucking movie maker! Oh shit, that was loud. That's how proud I was, though. I had the same feeling with Kaiman. Oh, is that the... Oh, okay. You know, again, when you make a first edit, or you make a real edit you're proud of, you, like, a smile goes on your face. Cause you're like, oh, fuck yeah, it looks so smooth, it looks so damn cool. I was like, oh, I love it, it's so damn god. Oh, hi, Ivy Poison. Why does the internet hit the baby from Ice Age? I couldn't fucking tell you. You get used to that. Yeah, you do get used to it, crossover. But, that's one of my proud edits, and, like, you know, for people who know the Super Mario Maker playthrough, like, I'll tell you right now, to this day, I have never edited a playthrough so much. 3 years later, and I have never edited like, as much as I did with the very first playthrough, Super Mario Maker, because I went out of my way to add a death count. I put Mario's little death animation from Super Mario World on the bottom left, and holy shit, because we died a total of like 105 times, I think, that was a lot of cut, paste, putting it into VideoPad, and, like, if you saw the original file, like, it's long gone at this point, but if you saw the original VideoPad file of the cuts and everything on VideoPad, from intersplicing the death counter and the sprites, holy shit, there was a lot of cuts. Like, you can see, like, it's a fucking fine diced video editing of, like, me adding it. Like, it was perfectly chopped up into different little sections. Like, holy shit, it was a lot to do. But it was still fun. I enjoy editing, honestly. Sometimes I edit when I'm stressed, or, like, want some time off, because, like, I legitimately like how, with this nigga up here, my brain thinks of, because, like, I'll think of something, and then, oh, time to go into VideoPad. I actually have an edit I want to make real quick, not now, but, like, an edit I've been meaning to make for, like, 2 weeks. I'll put it on Twitter and Discord just for funsies. I don't know, I thought about it at work one day, and I'll post it later, but that's later. I can imagine the editing Click Clock Woods and Banjo-Kazooie in that case. What, the madness counter or the cuts I had to do? Yeah, those cuts were plentiful, but not Mario Maker plentiful. Like, again, like, the madness counter was because I was getting pissed. That was my choice. I was like, I'm getting angry. I love this game to death, but I'm getting mad. But I did learn how to edit. I'm proud of myself. I think I've come a long way in terms of editing. Like, I'm no fucking, like, master editor. Again, we're only okay. I'm not trying to go for, like, oh, prestige, beautiful, cutting content. Like, nah, I'm just doing basic cuts. I'll add transition here and there. If I get creative, I'll do my own little thing. But I pale in comparison to a lot of other editors. But I still enjoy what I do. I love editing. Like, I don't give a fuck how I compare to anybody else. I'm having fun. And that's all that really matters. So that takes care of the editing portion. Now, because I took that Batman clip and edited it, it gave me the idea, you know, I took somebody else's clip just to show off if I could edit or not. But I want to do that myself. I want to get my own gameplay footage. I think it's time I got a game capturing device. Okay, so the game capturing device. Now, I mentioned Elgato earlier. And, you know, spoiler, that's what I use now. It's actually in my computer now. I'll tell you right now, I own, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Elgato products, like technically 4, but I don't have the 4th one anymore. I'll get to that in a bit. But I needed to get a game capturing software. So I looked online. Like, I'll tell you right now, I straight up oogled. Yeah, I oogled. I straight up Googled Elgato because I know it was the most well-known thing. Like, Elgato's kind of expensive, like, but like you could do a lot worse. But hang on. Excuse me. Whew. Wait, to be honest, I like when you did the zoom in for the Cortex sign would say crap. Yeah, I remember you messaged me while we were recording one day, and I did zoom in on it because, like, fuck it, why not? But I googled Elgato. I was like, okay, I need to get a game capturing software because, you know, how we gonna make a YouTube channel if I ain't got the proper things to record with? So I looked it up, and then I got. I actually have it here with me on the side just so I can showcase it off. Don't you fall, you son of a bitch. And I ended up getting this. You know, product placement. Like, don't worry, I'm not product placing. But this is the very first Elgato we ever got to the channel. Like, this is the same one we've had since the beginning. It's been there since, you know, the channel started, even before that, because I had to practice like how to game capture footage. This was used, I want to say, until after the Banjo and Kazooie playthrough. I think this was used. No. The last playthrough this was used was not Link's Awakening. Link to the Past. David's Link to the Past playthrough. Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. The last time this was used was then. Like, faithfully. Technically, the last time we used it was the Aladdin Genesis playthrough for the first 3 parts, but, like, used until I got a new Elgato. This Link to the Past was the last time this was used. It still works, but I think there's some sort of, like, it might have been just the cord, but, like, it's prone to, like, disconnect from time to time, leaving me to resync the audio in VideoPad with our voices. Like, can I go on that bit of a tangent real quick? When this cuts off, okay, so the problem is, when you plug this in nowadays, it has a tendency to sometimes stop the game capture. Like, I wonder if the wire is loose or if it's an interior design of the Elgato. Maybe it's just age. But while we were playing Aladdin, you guys may have noticed it from time to time, both in the Super Nintendo and the Genesis version, if you did watch those playthroughs, that there were times where we would talk about, oh, the game capture, it fucking stopped. That's because, like, from our point of view, the TV would go black, and the game capture on the Elgato software would just stop. And it's because either, again, cord loose or interior, like, problems. I have no idea. When that happens, resyncing the audio with the gameplay is annoying. Every time it happened, I made sure, like, you guys can see it in the Aladdin playthrough, where, like, I'll announce that I'm jumping or attacking or shit like that, just to make sure the audio and the gameplay resyncs. That drives me nuts. So that's another reason why I really don't use this anymore. Literally, the only time I ever will use this is when we record PS3 footage. Yeah, when we record PS3 footage. Because for people who don't know, PS3 has a thing called HDCP, which prevents you plugging directly HD cables from Elgato to show the actual gameplay of PS3 footage. This particular Elgato has a special plug that negates that, so you can record PS3 footage. PS4 has HDCP too, but unlike PS3, you can turn it off on PS4. So, you know, we can use different Elgato products on it, but, like, literally the only purpose that I still have this is to record PS3 footage. Other than that, I really don't use this anymore. So I'm just going to put it back. You've had enough screen time. But that was what we used for a while. It cost, how much did that one cost? At the time, $200. I think you can get it now for like $150, but I might be fucking wrong. But at the time, it wasn't $200. It was $150 back then. I still think now it was $150. I'll tell you right now, the bit where I worked at Department of Revenue Services, DRS, for that month in 2015, I kept going back to DRS for the next 2 years after that. So 2016, 2017, for the next few months, I worked at DRS. This is during the 2016 period. So I worked at DRS again. So with my funds, I got that Elgato. I was like, oh, fucking, I love technology. God, I'm a techie. I fucking love technology. I can't help it. In fact, when this is over, I am going to town on that new laptop. I fucking love technology. I'm a techie. I can't help it. But it came in, I was hyped, I opened it up, I looked at the instructions, I was trying to figure out what to do, all that shit. Then I took out the Elgato. I was like, okay, you plug the USB into the Elgato, and then the other end into the computer, you plug an HD cable into the Elgato, into the system, and then the other HD cable into the Elgato, into the TV, so the projections can still show on the TV, and you can see it on your Elgato software. And then I saw it pop up, and I was like, oh, look it, that's the video footage. That's the video footage. It's working, yes. And I saw it happen. I was like, okay, let me test this out. So I tested out Super Mario Maker before the actual playthrough went up. I tested it out. I started it up. I pressed record on the Elgato software. The footage was going. I did a few levels, stopped it. It got saved into the videos folder of the computer. I looked at it, played back. Mwah, beautiful, beautiful. Because I'll tell you right now, that Elgato I just showed off, the very first one we had, it does cap at 1080, but it only runs at 1080 at 30 frames. That's the highest frames it can go. At 720, it can run at 60 frames. So if you go to our earlier videos before I stopped using it, the highest resolution is 720 because a lot of games we played ran at 60 frames. I wanted to show off all the frames. So back then, 720 was the highest. Nowadays, I have a new Elgato, the one that goes inside your computer, the Elgato HD 60 Pro. That can run at 1080 at 60 frames. So like, this is the one we use right now. Actually, I got that one too. I came prepared, nigga. This is the one. Oh, fuck my mic. Oh, shit. No. Oh, God, no. This is the one that we use nowadays. I got this, I want to say 2-3 months after I had my fill with that one, like the old one. Because I was like, you know, this is cool and all, but I want to show higher resolution games when we get to like 3D games. I want to show off like the beauty of the 3D game. Like 720 is fine, but I want to go all fucking out as much as I can anyway. Like fuck 4K. I'm not doing 4K. We never will do 4K. 1080 is the highest you get. But I got this 2 or 3 months later. I got the original Elgato off Amazon, but this one I got off Best Buy because at Amazon at the time they were selling a high price for this. This is normally $200. Back then. I don't know if it is today, but back then this is $200, $50 more than the one we used to have. And at the time during like when I wanted to get it, I think the price shot up to like $250, $300. I was like, fuck that. So I went on Best Buy's website and they was like, oh, we got it for $200. And I was like, bet, I'll order it online on Best Buy and they'll deliver it to my house. It came to my house one day. Maritza was with me that day. It came in the mail. I opened the front door. I looked on the ground. I saw this, and I was like, ah! More technology! And then I grabbed it. You know, I grabbed Duke. And I opened him up. That's the name of my computer, by the way, in case you don't know. I grabbed Duke, opened him up, installed that son of a bitch in there, and it has been in Duke for, like, close to 3 years now. And after I got that, oh, Wolfie Boy subscribed. Yo, thanks for joining the family. Appreciate it. Hi, my name is JT, and I'm telling the story of the channel's origins. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family. And so after I got that new one, the other one, the other Elgato, pretty much obsolete. Didn't even need it anymore. And oh, what up, JC? How's it going? And oh, hey, another member of the family. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Delete. Thanks for joining the family, both of you. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good time while you're here. And so I plugged in the new Elgato. I tested that out. A lot less wires. A lot less wires than the other Elgato, because like you only need 2 HD cables. One from the out port of the Elgato into the TV, and one from the in port of the Elgato to the console. That's it. That's literally all you gotta do. Then we had glorious 1080p games at a whopping 60 frames. Woo! I love it. I love it. Now, there are some playthroughs nowadays that still only run at 720, but that's like old school games, because like, you know, let me fix my mic, because, you know, what old school game runs at 1080? It only really needs 720. Like 480 at the best, but like 720 because I'm a bitch. Found the Elgato HD you showed. It's currently selling on Amazon for... Okay, so it has gone down since then. Okay. Alright. Because, again, back in the day, it was 200. Because it was relatively new at the time. But, like, it's nice to know it's gone down. Thanks for that bit of info, Blazing. But, I plugged it in, recorded with it. I love the instant replay of it because one other thing, that Elgato runs on the old one runs on a delay. If you have gameplay footage showing from your actual console, to the computer, you see your gameplay on the TV in real time like you normally would. But the Elgato software, for the original Elgato anyway, is at a delay. It will show what you did like 3 seconds later. So say I jumped in a game on the TV, I would jump instantly, but the Elgato wouldn't show me jumping until like 3 seconds later. That's not really a problem if you're recording, because like, you know, you're recording. If you were streaming, I'd get it, but that's not really a problem when you're recording. The one inside Duke, the Elgato HD60 Pro, is real time. So if I jump on the TV, not literally, but if I jump in a game on the TV, it'll instantly show that jump again on the computer. So if I wanted, I could play a game straight off my computer screen from my console, because, you know, the real time. It's like 0 latency. I can say that right now. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. And that pretty much is the story about the Elgato in terms of like progress and shit. And one other thing I probably should have brought up earlier. This will be quick. Now, like, it's like a no shit Sherlock, but in order to have this YouTube channel, kind of need a computer, like a good computer. Like, I had my laptop to record the voices, but my laptop ain't recording no Elgato shit. Elgato is kind of a picky, stingy bitch in terms of what it uses to record. Like, my son Duke right here, fucking monster. I love this computer. Duke is a beast, and that's kind of where this story goes. Duke is the best damn computer I've ever seen, and that it can come with a bias because he is my son, and he is a beautiful bastard. But Duke is not cheap. At the time, I'll tell you right now, just a little sidetrack, because, you know, you kind of need a good computer to have a YouTube channel. Well, to do what we do anyway. At the time, I didn't have a job, because I think if I can remember correctly, I had Duke in 2015, if I'm correct. I believe it was 2015. And I stopped working at DRS at that point. Like, tax season was over, so I didn't have really much money. I'll tell you right now, Duke, altogether, parts included, motherboard, graphics card, casing, CPU fan, the CPU, the power supply, everything, the RAM, all that shit, is a whopping $1,800. That's $1,800. I'm not kidding. That's how much my son cost total. And I know there are computers out there that cost a lot more, but goddamn, that's a lot of money. And I will say this right now. She's gone because she's back at work. But Christina, if you pop in later, or if you fucking see this post, I want to say you are the goddamn MVP. I love you to death. You are my goddamn princess, and I will cherish you forever, because she is the reason why Duke exists in the first place. Because she put a good majority of the money to Duke. Like, I did help, but not with the important parts. I think I paid for, like, the mouse, the keyboard, the operating system, and something else. I can't remember. I paid for a fourth thing, but I can't remember. But everything else, all the major components, Christina bought with her own money. I told her I wanted a dream computer, and because she loves me so much, she spent like 4 weeks of her checks getting me this computer. Do you know how fucking touching that is? I love that woman to death. I still thank her to this day. She is the reason why this computer exists. So if you had to show love to anybody, why this channel exists today, thank Christina, because she's the one that got the parts for the computer so we could run this channel. So, like, you know, show the girl some love. She is the MVP. I am so happy she is my wife. She is such a sweetheart, and I love her to death. I love you, baby. But yeah, that little side story, just in case, like, you wanted to know where Duke came from and how much he costed. But let's see. Elgato, video pad, annoying ass Echo, Denny's story. Just like you guys are going, aw. And adorable. Thank you, Freddie. Hang on, let me just... Ooh, elbows, ow, ow, ow. Had to crack them elbows, I'm sorry. But let me think, am I forgetting anything else? Let's see. There's the Denny's, there's the Echo, there's the Elgato, there's where the name comes from, there's the video editing software. I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing in terms of, like, our humble beginnings. Oh, now I remember. Okay, so once I figured out, okay, I knew how to edit. I got rid of the fucking Echo. I got the game recording software. All we gotta do is just record some footage. So, I want to say a bit later, I want to say a few months after I figured out how to, you know, record game audio footage, I combined my two learned skills together. I recorded gameplay, I took the audio, I went into video pad, I put the game right there, I put our audio underneath, and thus the magic began, and that's how things started out. I'll tell you right now, we didn't do Super Mario Maker. We didn't start recording Super Mario Maker until January of 2017, because one other thing I realized I needed was, like, if I'm gonna do this YouTube thing, if we're gonna do this YouTube thing, I need a oh, yo, thanks Demon Lord, appreciate it, hosting my stream, appreciate that, good sir, appreciate that. But one thing I realized was, like, okay, if I'm gonna record all this footage, both voices and gameplay, I'm gonna need a storage device, because I'll tell you this right now, folks, like, this can be said for anything. Your main drive in your computer, your C drive, should never be used for, like, third-party softwares or, like, shit like, okay, like, not all third-party softwares, but, like, if you're storing, like, videos and audio and shit like that, like I do, it is highly recommended that you get an external drive or a second internal drive to go into your computer if you got the storage for it. I knew that if we were doing this, I needed an external drive. So I was originally going to get one, but my mom knew that I was, we were going to start a YouTube channel, and she knew I wanted an external drive. So around Christmas, she got it for me. I have a 2 terabyte external drive. Actually, I can show it off right now, because it's the same one I've had since the late 2016 of Christmas to now. This external drive, the Seagate 2 terabyte, this is the same exact hard drive I've been using since I got it on Christmas in 2016. So shout outs to my mom for getting me this. I love you, Mom. This is where we keep all the playthroughs, all the parts for said playthroughs, the thumbnails, the audio, everything is on here. And, since I'm a techie, I tend to keep backups of this shit. Because, if this goes fucking foobar, yes, I said foobar, then I'm not going to have a backup of anything. So I have, like, 2 other backups of our playthroughs on different external drives. So, like, say this just fucking blew up. I got 2 spares, so I'm not worried about it. We didn't lose anything. So, yeah, that happened. We got the external drive, and then near the fated day came. 1 month later after that, we hit the new year. Happy 2017 at the time. The guys came over. We decided, okay, we solved all the problems. It's time to actually start recording. So we put on our turtle bitches. We plug it into my laptop. We start virtual audio cable. We bring up the Elgato software on Duke. We plugged everything in and start recording, and then the rest is just history. We recorded our first gameplay. You guys can still see the Super Mario Maker playthrough. Oh, Maritza, you're on your way? All right. I'll unlock the door for you. Okay, so I will continue the story in a second. Maritza's on her way. I'm gonna unlock the door for you, so be right back. Blazing, you son of a bitch. I see the word trial. Be right back. I've returned. Back in my chair. Okay. Alright, so where was I? And then a YouTube baby was born. Exactly, Freddy. Exactly. Oh, got another burp. Hang on. Thought I'd mute myself. No one wants to hear me do that shit. Anyway. So, yeah, the rest is history at that point. You can still see our Super Mario Maker playthrough up on the channel. It's the very first one. And I am still proud of it to this day. I still think it's funny. And knowing that we recently just started the sequel 3 years later, goddamn, it's like full fucking circle. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to yawn. I apologize. But after we recorded that, we recorded 3 playthroughs before we actually started the channel. So we fully recorded Super Mario Maker, we fully recorded Mega Man X, and then we fully recorded Luigi's Mansion. And then after that, we were like, okay, now we can start the channel. Because if you want, like, some, like, details, hang on. Dude, no lie, that sounded like you were warming up the start singing, warming up to start singing. I mean, I don't think I sing that well because I barely ever sing. But I could try one day, but not today. But if you want some insight, if we were really eager, the channel would have started in January, but we wanted to make sure we had a good backlog. We've never had a backlog this good since we started the channel. Nothing has still beaten it to this day. But because the guys don't come over every Friday. Mainly David because he's so busy. Xavier pretty much lives right around the corner from me. He can show up unless he's like super tired. But we don't always see each other all the time on Fridays. So we figured while we're here, let's record a fuckload of footage. So like, we have time to fill in. So all of Mario Maker, Luigi's Mansion, and Mega Man X was recorded. And then when February 25th hit, I was at Xavier's place. Xavier and Maritza's place, because they shared an apartment at the time. We made the channel. We sat on the couch. We made the YouTube channel. OK3, February 25th. Bam! And then we were like, okay, we plan on uploading on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I still try to keep consistent to that to this day, but you may have noticed some Wednesdays are blank, either because we don't have Hollow Knight parts, or I'm just too tired from work to edit. I'm only human. I'm only okay. David's not, he's busy. He's not here all the time. So like if moments on Wednesdays are blank, that is why. But I'm the first. See, here's the thing. Let me say that right now. Maritza, you say you're the first subscriber, but I don't know who the first subscriber actually is, because when the channel was made, you, DeAndre, and Christina had a fucking race who the first subscriber was. I actually have no clue who the first subscriber is, because they told me they were the first. I don't know who to fucking believe. Like, I appreciate the support regardless, but I don't know which one of you assholes is the first subscriber. But after that was made, I had pretty much Mario Maker completely edited at this point, so all I had to do was just wait for the designated days to upload it. And then 2 days later, on February 27th, actually 3 years ago today, the very first part of Super Mario Maker went up, and bam, the channel was afloat. Now, one other thing. This story is pretty much wrapping up, but there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. So, even though we started this channel 3 years ago, and after all the trials and shit, we all went to, especially me with the, everything I just told you, and, posting up the first playthrough and all that, when we saw our subscriber count go up from, like, people who weren't just our friends, because, like, we love our friends, we the squad, they subscribed pretty much instantly when they knew the channel was active, like, you gotta support your boys, so... we had, like, originally, at first, 7 subscribers, and, like, more coming on the way from our other friends once they found out we had a channel. So, once that happened, and when we saw another subscriber who we didn't know, I was like, holy shit, they like our shit. Oh my god, I didn't know. Like, are we fucking getting somewhere, boys? Does it show you who subscribed in order? Yes, it does. But if the way YouTube works is, if people who subscribe to you on their account have it so, like, their YouTube channel is privatized, they don't show up in your feed. So, like, say Maritza is subscribed to us, but on her YouTube channel, like, it's privatized, like, not really all her, like, shit shows, then her name wouldn't show in the subscriber list. So technically, I know what you're thinking. I could just go in my YouTube account, scroll down, and see who the first one was, but it's kind of inaccurate. So, like, I guess I could do it, but, excuse me, I will try that later. But, when we started seeing the numbers go up about, our subscriber count going up, especially by Banjo-Kazooie, like, okay, so this is where you can tell how far we've come. I can't remember what part it was exactly. I'd have to look it up. Talk about renditions and dreams that you want to do with the channel. Wait, renditions and dreams that you want to do with the channel? Wait, what? Hey, fam. What up, girl? So, one thing that I bring up from time to time to the guys, and it's like, damn, we've come a long way. I can't remember what part of Banjo-Kazooie it was. And, hey, Darth. I can't tell. I already told the tragic moments. You ain't getting it again. Like, reverse the video. So, during one of the parts of Banjo-Kazooie, I'm in, what's the name of it? Clanker's Cavern, I think it's called. Where I do a cut from me getting the honeycomb piece, and then I'm at Bubblegloom Swamp. At the end of that video, I show like me backtracking to Bubblegloom Swamp, like before the transition actually takes place. I mentioned, no, Xavier brings up the fact, so when are we gonna do a blooper reel? Because at the time, Xavier, like, he still kind of wants to, and I do it from time to time. Like, we want to add a blooper reel of us like getting to where we're going, or like shenanigans happen during a cut I may add. But he asked me during that particular part, so when are we gonna add a blooper reel? At the time, at the time, our channel was only at 12 subscribers. 12. And I jokingly said, when we have 13 subscribers, I will make a blooper reel. I look back on that video. I see that I said that going from 12 to 13 to nearly a whopping 600 nowadays. And I'm like, holy shit, we have come a long way. It's like, if I could get semi, like, for real with you guys for a bit, I honest to God did not think this channel would blow up the way it did, because I know, like, close to 600 pales in comparison to a lot of other YouTubers. I mean, like, shit, some of the subscribers we have more subscribers we will, like, ever have, or, like, get anywhere near close to. But, if I had to say one thing, me, Xavier, David, Christina, you know, like, all members of the squad are really happy that you guys decided to, you know, like, see our dumbass faces, laugh, and, like, subscribe to us, join the OK family, and all that shit. It's just, it is so crazy to think that 3 years ago, I made a joke about us going from 12 to 13 subscribers, and then you jump 3 years later, and we're near 600. That's a big number, like, to us anyway. Like, that's a really big fucking number. And I couldn't thank you guys enough for, like, hopping on this adventure and joining us through all the fucking laughs, like, from me and Xavier eating fucking moldy pizza during a Kingdom Hearts stream, to the whole bunch of other shit we've been, like, to him shooting Emily, to the Mario Maker playthrough, to do you have all the heart tanks? Like, all those moments. And it's been a ride. Like, again, we're gonna keep going for a long time. Like, I want to keep going for a long time, because I legitimately do enjoy this channel and everything we do. Because, like, our main goal when we made it was just to make content that made people laugh. Like, if you're having a shitty day at work or school, or just life in general, you know, you click on our videos, you see the stupid shit we do, and we laugh. And I know a lot of other YouTubers say the same thing, and I know they're being genuine, but, like, you know, I understand what they mean. It's like Xavier said when I did my birthday stream a few days ago, when we were doing the Sonic Adventure 2 randomizer. As long as we can make one person in the world happy, that's really all we care about. We're not doing this for fame. We're not doing this for money. We're doing it just to entertain people, even if it's just one person. So, as long as we can entertain at least one person out there, you know, that's perfectly fine with us. That makes us happy, because we're making that person happy. Knowing we're doing that to nearly 600 of y'all, shit, I mean, above and beyond. But we honestly can't thank you guys enough for sticking with us this long, and we're only going to keep going further and further and further, because there's a lot of games out there in the world. There's a lot of Kineticon stuff to do, you know, going to Kineticon again this year. I'll make a video, although I'm thinking about making this one a little different from, like, previous ones. Like, you'll still get a Kineticon video, but it might be a little different. I'm still debating whether I want to do it or not, but I'll let you guys know for sure once I figure it out. I remember the time when I first came to this channel, it was Knuckles Mania. Oh, right, never forget Knuckles Mania. Oh, man, I love that. I love that stream. I loved it. Not to mention, you sort of deserve the stream highlights and stuff. Aw, crossover. Thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, you'll be there this year, Freddy? Dope, yo. Don't forget Xavier's stupid question in that Kingdom Hearts stream. Wait, which stupid question? Xavier says a lot of stupid shit, but, like, I'm sure you'll reply in a second. But I think in terms of the story and the origins of the channel, I think I've said pretty much what I've had to say. You know, it's 3 years. Does not feel like 3 years. And, like, a video like this, you would expect maybe in like 10 years, like a decade of the channel. But I figured with us, we're the OK3. It's the 3rd anniversary. I thought it was kind of appropriate. Would it? Oh, yeah, okay, that line. Yeah, okay. You know, the infamous butt chicken line. That's another one that tends to be a staple on the channel. But I think that's pretty much everything that I had to say. Like I said, this was only going to go on for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I'm like an hour 20 in. But I can't, again, broken record. Can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done for us, sticking with us. And like, I've gotten a lot of things in like the DMs from Discord, Twitter, shit like that, saying like, you know, you guys are happy that you found us, that you subscribe to us, that you're saying thank you and all that shit. I appreciate that. I also appreciate all the happy birthdays you guys sent me when it was my birthday. Thank you. I'm a wonderful 27 now. Oh god, I can feel my bones. I can feel my bones aching. Oh no. Oh god, aging is taking effect. Oh god. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. So I think I can wrap up this stream now. So, in terms of upcoming stuff, I believe Xavier is gonna do some more Pokemon. I can't say for sure. He's got plans Saturday. He's gonna go see the Sonic movie Saturday if all goes well. He told me he might be over after he sees said movie, and then he'll do some more Pokemon. I have to confirm with him because he is coming over tomorrow. It's been a really great ride that we're going through. Yo, it has. But, oh, and one other thing, I do appreciate you guys, like, saying all your favorite quotes from the shit we've said over the last 3 years. Like, going through Discord, that was hilarious, because, like, a bunch of that shit I forgot. And when you brought it up, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Holy shit. That was hilarious. But, yeah, that's about it for me. That's it for upcoming news. Xavier is doing Pokemon. Other than that, aside from this stream, I don't plan on doing anything else. Maybe next week. Not tomorrow because I'm busy, and not Saturday because that's Xavier. Like, maybe earlier in the day I might. But no promises. I wouldn't even know what to stream Saturday before he actually does. But that's it for me. So, you know what? With all that said, you all have a good night. Thanks for watching, and remember, I'm only okay. Thanks for being with us this whole time, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody. Bye! We're only okay!